Hey, everybody. Before we jump in, you're probably a service contractor tired of chasing all the wrong leads. You know, the tire kickers, the cheap guy, the person who just says, I don't care what the value is, I just want the bottom line. Check out Attract and Keep Clients Sprint from Genesis Business Strategies. It's a 90-day call free coaching built to help you attract better clients, serve them well, keep them coming back so they tell their friends and family and become raving fans. Head to genesisbusinessstrategies.com to learn more. Now let's get into the episode. So, welcome to the workshop. First off, thanks for investing an hour with me today. My goal isn't to overwhelm you at all with a lot of marketing strategies, a lot of marketing talk, give you 100 different things to do. My goal is to just give you a couple of things to move forward with. Now, a lot of these, I don't know about you, but a lot of these workshops, they talk for 20 minutes, you get a little bit of information, and then they take 40 minutes to talk to you about how to actually invest with them in whatever it is they're trying to sell. I don't want to do that. I want to be upfront with you. I just want to give you an invitation. If you're struggling to implement anything we put in place today, or anything you're having trouble with, and you just want accountability, you want some help, you just want to check out some coaching opportunities, I want to invite you to check them out on the website, genesisbusinessstrategies.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And I just want to dedicate the rest of the time to you and helping you grow your business. Now, our expectations, my goals today is very simple. This is a working workshop. So there will be time for you to do some stuff, some scripting, some checking on some back things. I want to make sure that you have time to get something done today while you're here so that at the end, you'll have a practical system that you can use moving forward. There will be time for Q&A at the end. You can put them in the chat. But we will dedicate some time at the end for you to ask questions and get some answers up front. And again, you'll have a working scripts that you can start using today. They may not be perfect, but they'll be working scripts. Now, do me a favor, put in the chat, how many of your clients over the past month have said, great job, or thank you, or we'll definitely use you again, or we'll recommend our friends and family members to you? Yeah, I see a couple. Yeah, it's kind of crazy, isn't it? Wow, half of them. Awesome. Now, the next question is how many actually then give you a review? Yeah, usually very few. Yep, yep. And why is that? Is that because they're lying to your face? Is that because they don't like it? Is that because for whatever reason they're not a fan? It could be a number of reasons, but it's usually because as small business owners or as technicians, people on the front lines, we're making one or all three of the mistakes that most businesses make. Mistake number one is they never ask. They never take the time to ask the customer if they could review. That alone is a big problem, right? If you're not going to ask, people aren't going to do it. Mistake number two, ask once and then never follow up. I mean, come on, guys. How many times does your wife or spouse have to ask you to pick up that monument of underwear you've got on the floor in the bedroom or in the bathroom, right? They don't just ask once. It takes a couple of times for us to think about it and actually put it into action. Customers are the same way. And then there's mistake number three. They make the process too complicated. How many times do we sit there and say, you got to click here, go to the website, click here, click here, click here, and then it'll take you over to where you can do the review, whether it's Facebook, Google Business, wherever it is, right? We just make things so difficult that the customers get tired and don't want to do it. So what we need to do is We need to make things a lot easier, as simple as possible. One click, done. And here's the reality: people just don't compare businesses the way they used to, right? It used to be, I saw a plumber at my neighbor's house, or I saw an electrician across the street, or, whatever it is, the landscaper, they were just here this morning from my neighbors across the street. And it's like, we used to go across the street, we used to talk to our neighbors next door and say, hey, I just saw you had this. You just had a plumber come out. What'd you have done, if you don't mind me asking? How were they? Would you use them again? That doesn't happen as much anymore. Now they're comparing ratings online. They're comparing reviews. It's funny. My wife likes to read the bad reviews, the 1 star, the 2 star, just to see what they're actually saying, right? And a lot of times that 1 and 2 star has nothing to do with the service itself that they got. It's just somebody either having a bad day, or they're just complaining about something, but it may not be the actual service, or it may not have something to do with the company. Through the pandemic, we had a lot of problems getting parts, and people were reviewing the company based on the fact that nobody could get parts. That's not fair to the business, but it happens. And then they compare the new social proof, right? Again, whatever it is online, that's what they're going to compare. And whether we like it or not, that's the new way that buying decisions are being made. Now, I want to show you a very simple process, or a system. I know a lot of people don't like the word system, that may or may not be perfect for you at the moment, but it's a good starting point. It's really simple. But here's the thing: a good process that is used is much better than the perfect process that's sitting up on the shelf. Let me say that again. A good process that you're using is better than the perfect process that you're not using. Think about that. How many times have we had analysis paralysis? We make something and we don't put it out there because realistically, it's not our best work. But it may help somebody, regardless of how good it is. A lot of us technicians, a lot of us owners, I should say, are perfectionists. We want to make sure things are done right the first time. And so we need to just get it out there and refine it over time. Now, this is a 4-step process. It's going to be simple, it's going to be clear, and it's going to be direct. And so here's where we're going to get into the beginning part of where you're going to work. Okay. And this is going to be easy, simple, something you can do right there where you're sitting. So now it's your turn. Again, when I think of workshop, I think of, well, work. And so now it's your turn to work on your business, not in your business. So here we go. Step 1, we're going to take a couple of minutes here. I want you to go into your phone, into your CRM, wherever you are, if you've got it in front of you. I'm going to give you 3 to 5 minutes to do this right now. But I want you to identify the last 5, 10, maybe 15 ideal customers. What's an ideal customer? Customer that is profitable, customer that you love to serve, and who loves you back. Somebody who says, I definitely will recommend you. And maybe it's somebody who's already recommended you. Take 4 to 5 minutes and just come up with 5, 10, maybe 15 of your ideal customers. So what's next? What's number 2? Well, step number 2 is, at the right time, if you haven't served them over the past month or 2, wait until the next time you see them to move forward with this. So we need to make sure we have the right time, and the right time is usually right away, like right after you're done or within a week. Step 3 is we need to make it easy. Don't just ask them. You're going to need to send the link that all they have to do is tap on or click on it, right? Um, and if you're texting it, don't send a QR code. It's kind of hard to scan a QR code when you're actually on your phone. But I'm going to make a recommendation here. I'm going to recommend that you send them to Google Business for the review. And here's why. When you send them to Google Business, Google uses that to determine who they're going to send when somebody's doing search. So when you type in electrician near me or landscaper near me or painter and your city, your town, what happens is Google looks at how active your Google business is and ranks you a little bit higher based on your Google business. So, right off the bat, if you haven't claimed it or if you haven't done anything with it for a little while, make sure you stay up on Google business. Now, it works on Facebook. You can send them to Facebook if you want. You could do a couple of each, send some to Facebook or Instagram, wherever you are, send some over to Google Business, but just make sure you keep up on your Google Business. Okay. And then there's the follow up. Again, thinking once is going to be enough is kind of flawed thinking. How many times does your spouse ask you to pick up that monument of boxers on the floor or to take the trash out that's in the kitchen, right? They usually ask quite a few times. And it's not because we're lazy. It's just we don't think it's a big deal. But they have to keep asking because it's bugging them. Realistically, as spouses, guys, we really should be doing it right away, but that's a story for a different day. Okay, here we go. Now it's script time. Woo! All right. If you've got paper, I prefer writing things down. Studies have shown you retain things better if you actually physically write it down versus if you type a note or type it into the computer. And I'm not sure how they did the studies, but for me, when I heard that study, I started bringing a notepad with me when I do a workshop, and I do tend to retain it better. So do whatever works best for you. But here's some scripts. So we're going to start with the direct ask. When you can text them when you're done. You could text them as you leave. You could text them the next day, but just send them a quick text. Hey, Mrs. Jones, thanks again for your business. Would you mind taking a few minutes, 60 seconds to leave us a quick review? And then here's the link, and put the link to Facebook or Google Business. Hey, Mrs. Jones, thank you again for your business. Would you mind taking 60 seconds to leave us a quick review? Here's the link. One click, boom, takes them right to Facebook, takes them right to Google Business. Wherever your reputation management is, send it to there. Okay. Script number 2, the personal ask. This is better if you actually know the people. Let's say you're the business owner and you personally know the people that you're going to send this to, right? Hey, I'm working to grow my business, and reviews really help people feel comfortable choosing us. If you are happy with us, would you mind leaving us a quick review? I appreciate it. Here's the link. Sign it if you want. Again, this is a good one if you personally know the people you're asking for the review. If you're the manager or even the technician, send these out to the people you personally know also, right? Sign it if you want. Change the wording a little bit if you want. Instead of I'm working to grow my business, we're working to grow the business. Reviews really help, that kind of thing. If you're happy with our service, if you're happy with us, if you're happy with the job we did, again, a lot of these are just simple starters. Change the wording to what works best for you. Number 3, script number 3, the follow up. Hey, I know life's busy, and this is one I've only used occasionally. When somebody said they would do a review but never really did. Hey, I know you're busy with life. I get it. I just wanted to put this at the top of your inbox, the top of your messages. If you haven't had a chance yet, I'd really appreciate a quick review. We'd really appreciate a quick review. If you have, I appreciate it. Thank you. Here's the link again. It's very simple, timely, easy. I don't know about you, but when I think of the workshop again, I think of work. So now it's time for us to work on our business, not just in the business. So, how many people have made the list of their 5 to 20 customers who they're happy with their work? Now, I would pick 1 to 3 of those that are most likely to say yes quickly. And you can do that right now. We're going to take a couple minutes. I give you like 2 to 3 minutes to do that now. Go through that list, find one, even if you just put a check mark next to it. If you have it written down, if you have it on your notes app, just put a check next to it so you know. And then build the message. If you'd like to do it right now, take a minute, take 3 minutes, pick those 3 people, build the message, and send it. As Nike says, just do it. You'll be surprised. Of course, step 5 is keep doing it. Do it today, do it tomorrow, do it next week, do it the following week. Every week, come up with a goal of how many people you're going to reach out to every week. This is something that you can then send to your technicians, right? Have your technicians do it when they leave the driveway or they leave. You know, a lot of them will go to the store, they'll go to a convenience store, pick up coffee, a snack, whatever on the way to the next job. Have them pull in the parking lot and just take a minute and text the customer. Just text them, hey, thank you very much. If you appreciated our work, please leave us a review. Here's the link. Very simple, very easy. Maybe one of the companies I worked with, they set up a goal that you got a bonus for everybody who wrote your name into the review. Hey, Steve was awesome. I really appreciated the way he did X, Y, and Z, whatever it was. If your name was in there, you got a $10 spiff. So you can make a contest out of it. See how many people can get reviews. Now, obviously, that can go far, so you're going to have to put some parameters around it. But hey, why not? Most of us like a contest, right? Okay. Here's a bonus script for you for when you're in the home at the beginning, when you first talk to the customer, and then when you come back at the end and talk to them again. So after you talk to the customer, find out everything about the job. Hey, what's going on? When did this happen? Has it happened before? Whatever it is, you come up with those questions. They should be in your script when you talk to the customer initially. And now you're going to sit there and say, hey, Mrs. Smith, at the end of our time here today, I'm going to ask just one question. What is the likelihood of you referring us to your friends and family members on a scale of 0 to 5? Where 0 is no way and 5 is, well, of course I will. My goal here today is to earn a 5. If there's anything I can do to earn that, would you please let me know? I appreciate it. Simple. Very simple. Now, this is a kind of a take, it's a little bit of a twist on the NPS score, the Net Promoter Score. The Net Promoter Score goes 0 to 10, and they go 1 to 3 is a detractor, 8, 9, 10 is a promoter, and everything else is just garbage. Basically, it just goes into the algorithm, but it's the number of people who say, yeah, 8, 9, or 10 versus the number of people who say, no way. And you get a score for your net, what they call net promoter. This is a take on that. Instead of going to the full 10, we're going to the 5, and we're hoping that people give us a 5. And then at the end, you're going to ask, hey, Mrs. Jones, uh, complete everything's done. They've paid. You're getting ready to walk out the door, and you can say, oh, by the way, I just have one more question for you. Did I earn a 5 for review today? Hey, I totally appreciate it. Or no, you got a 4. Oh, I appreciate that. What is it I can do? Or was there something I could have done to earn the 5? That's it. Plain and simple. Can't be negative. You just simply go out there and say, what is it I could have done? I appreciate it. Very simple. Everybody got that written down? Awesome. Awesome. Have a great day, everybody.